Many people interpret this gospel of Luke, chapter 15, as a gospel within a gospel. And we see all these three beautiful parables, very classical parables that Jesus Christ gives us. Very classical because we know that all the three, even though they speak something about lost and found, have beautiful explanation for us. Why? Because our God is madly in love with you. Our God is a crazy God who comes searching for you. Our God, sometimes we feel that He is too possessive of us, that He is madly in love with us. Our God, we think that He is far away somewhere in the clouds and therefore we need not worry or bother Him. But He is no bothered about us. He knows what is happening to you and therefore He knows when you are lost, when you are found, and therefore we find that Jesus tells us that He is not going to leave you. When we look at these three parables, the first one you see the lost coin, and then you find the lost sheep, and then you find the lost son. Let's take one by one. The lost sheep. Bad economics for Jesus to tell us that leave one which is lost and go, leave all the 99 and go behind one lost sheep. What will happen to the 99? Bad economics. If he's going to go behind one and lose all the 99, it's terrible. And it is not logical also. We find God, who is always behind us, wants to show that there are virtuous and righteous people, but there is one person who has gone astray, and he is not with me. Bad shepherding. Because a shepherd should look after everyone, and if one is lost, let it go. Because suppose he goes in search of the one lost sheep as a shepherd, he will be devoured by a lion or a wolf. Therefore, the shepherd will be lost. That is why we see that Jesus explains to us, looks very unlogical. The second one, the lost coin. The woman who had 10 coins lost one coin, maybe 1 rupee coin. And she keeps all the 9 coins somewhere and then goes in search for this one coin. And she sweeps the whole house, she makes the house upside down, and when she finds it, wow, she's so happy that she calls her friends and neighbors and said, hey, you listen, I found my coin that was lost. What coin? 1 rupee coin. 1 rupee coin you're calling us, and you want to celebrate on that? Foolish. But look at that aspect, that she rejoices in that finding. Then we see the third one is the son, the second son, who takes a share, goes and enjoys, finds everything beautiful, and then when he realizes that he is finished with everything, he wants to come back to his house. And there you find the stupid father waiting for a son who took everything, won the money, took everything and had fun with it. And now when he's coming back, his father waiting, and then he comes, he embraces him and takes him. All these three parables seem to speak something totally different. But there is something very nice for you and me to know. That the first parable, that is the part of the lost sheep, where we see that the sheep that gets lost, and then the shepherd goes in search, and he finds it. So our God is also a God who is going to find us. And He will definitely find us. The lost coin, when it was lost, this lady searches. and she found. And then we have the third one, the lost son. He realizes because he is a rational man. He is a rational person. He can reason out. He has a conscience. Therefore, you find that he is able to come to his senses and say, "Wow, I did something wrong." Whereas my father's paid servants have enough and more, and I am suffering here with hunger. He realizes. Whereas in the first one, the sheep is only bleating. Because the sheep, when it is lost, it bleats. And when it bleats, it's like crying. Therefore, it seeks, someone will come and save me. The lost coin, she takes the trouble of searching and she finds it. And the third one, this man realizes his mistake and goes back to his father. These three types of persons we also have in our own selves. That at times, when we are lost like a sheep, we cry, we weep, we mourn, we feel that we are lost, we feel that this is the end of the world. And somebody comes and saves you, and that is Jesus our Lord. Therefore, when we are like this lost sheep crying maybe in the pit, getting rock bottom, there is somebody coming and helping us. Like a woman who lost a coin and she searches, she finds, and she knows that it can be found. In our lives also we may be in such a situation that we do everything possible and searching here, searching there, we will find it. And like this boy who realized, came to his senses, you and I may be also in one type of situation like this. That we left God and we have gone far away. And then you realize you are a sinner. You repent, you make amends and come back to Him. And He is there waiting for you. Therefore, the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son. Three distinctive ways of being lost. Three distinctive ways of being lost. Similarly, we find the sheep, the woman, and the son are three distinctive ways of divine intervention by God. Therefore, our God is always searching, and when He searches, He finds you. But in three distinctive ways. One is when you weep, He comes to you. The other part, where you take efforts and search, He comes, He finds you. And finally, you will one day return back to Him. And He knows that. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, take home these two parables. Live these parables in your life. For we know that our God is not going to just relax Him. Our God is a searching God. Our God is not going to leave you. He is going to find you. And therefore, very distinctly, He will find you in that particular situation where you are today. And He will bring you back to His love because He is a searching God. Amen. Let us